ಬಾ ಮುಂದೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ.
Hello, silence. Hello. So otherwise, you hear from this side and you will leave here. Right? So only important thing. It will not take more than one page. Okay. So you have to make a note of that. Right? Right? Okay. So my point here is design thinking and registration. Design thinking and registration. Okay. So before going to actual design thinking, first let us talk with the positive mindset. So that is very, very important in your life. Whatever the work you are going to do, you should be in a positive mindset. Right? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
So you should have a positive mindset first. Okay? That is very, very important in your lifetime. So what is positive mindset? Okay. So I'll give an example. Then you will understand what exactly the positive mindset is. Okay? Right. So one shoe manufacturing company, it will send two marketing executives to one island. You know what is island? Right? So send two marketing executives to sell its product. Okay. Then after some days, these two marketing executives, so they came back to the company with some idea and they reported to the company. So the company will terminate one of the marketing executives and for other it is going to promote. Can anybody guess what is the report by the first person who is terminated and the second person it is promoted? What is the report? Can anybody guess what is the report? See, one marketing executive has been terminated. What is the reason? So the product, it is the shoe that they are visited an island. Can anybody guess? So I already given the clue. It is a positive mindset. Tell me. Any idea why he is terminated? First person is terminated. What is the report? What is idea? What company expected from him? Any idea? Anything you tell, no problem. Anything. Huh?
What the question he has posed, involved in thinking what might have happened, why he has been fired, why he is terminated.
So the company has sent to the island to sell the shoe, right?
See, all people are going to become engineers. One or other day, if you are, many of you want to become a job seeker instead, right? You will have to present. If you are not able to present effectively, you will be fired. Next day you will be told that you are fired. You need not to come again from tomorrow.
What is the report? What is the first report? Can anybody guess? Communication. Huh?
Communication to the customer.
Okay.
May not be put in communication. That's maybe one reason that I can.
ಅವರಿಬ್ರು ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ಪರ್ ಹಾಕಿರಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ಪರ್ನ ಯಾರು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ.
Very good answer. Very good answer. What I expected. Right. So, Yes, he is terminated because he said nobody is wearing the shoes in that island. That was the report. That was the first report. Then what is the second?
ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ
Demand.
ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಶೂಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
Yes. Yes. Understood. So, very good. Very good. See, understood now? You understood? What is the positive mindset? So definitely the company promoted him with a good salary and all, right? So this one, for any work we need, the first thing what we need is the positive thinking. Positive thinking. All right. Next, let us have this design thinking. So actually, design thinking from zero, a designer become a hero. If you think properly, a designer is starting from the zero and he become a hero. That means he is having very good market for his product. That's the meaning, right? Design thinking. Okay. Okay. So today, we are going to learn few points on what is design learning. Just to go to slide.
Sir, remote. Ma'am, remote.
Is it there?
Remote.
Changing, sir, on the screen?
Remote or
Sir,
remote.
Remote ಇಲ್ಲ. Now, yes, madam. Now it is fine. Okay, now it is fine. Okay. So, what are the learning points? So, what is the design thinking? What is design thinking? Okay. Example of design thinking. Then design thinking process. Then goal of design thinking process. What is the goal? And then IPR, intellectual property rights. Already madam told. So till I repeat it. Intellectual property rights and types. IPR registration. Why we have to register? Okay, that's the intangible. That's why we need to register and some case studies. Okay, right? Okay. Okay. Before going to this, can anybody tell me what is design thinking? Design thinking.
Thinking of a design.
What is design thinking? What is design thinking? See, everybody will think. Everybody will think to their level. Right? What is this? I'll tell you. See, design thinking is the professional way of thinking the product. Thinking about the product. Okay. Or modifying the product up to the market level, up to the successful market, up to the startup, we can tell. You understood what is design thinking? It is a professional way of thinking about the product, innovative product or a modified product, so semi-finished product, or it is not accepted by the people. Okay, that we can tell. Up to the market level, that is success matrix should be more. Okay, that's what the design thinking is a professional way of thinking. That is step by step procedure is there. Okay, then only you will succeed in your you will get a good market for your product. Okay, now you see, you take the definition. This is very, very important. So it is an iterative process. So I'll tell you only few definitions you should know, right? So what is design thinking? Design thinking, it is a process or a iterative process that helps to resolve the user issues. Iterative means it is a repetitive process. That helps to resolve the user user issues, user issues, okay, or redefine the problem with the best solution. Okay, so only in this definition you do. That's it. Okay, right? What is design thinking now? Can anybody tell me? It is a human-centric way, human-centric approach. You can tell human-centric approach, right? It is an iterative process that helps to resolve the user's issue or redefine the problem with the best solutions. Okay, right, right. Okay, now example. I'll give one example. What the design thinking? Say a hence company. I'll give example with this one. So what is the problem? Just to see the problem here. You are using the tomato ketchup bottle, right? No, you are using the tomato ketchup bottle, right? So design is the, you see the first figure. The design was like that. After usage of this ketchup, at the end, so the ketchup will be stuck at the bottom. How to remove that? So every time, no, it is very tough. So every time, eh, some part of the ketchup will be wasted. Right now, tell me yes or no? It was wasted.
You see that what designs, right? What is the advantage of any of this design?
It was wasted. Then the company will come up with the innovation idea that they reverse the bottle. You see that? Now where is the wastage? You understood? This is the innovative way of thinking. Right? So before in the first design, there is a wastage of the ketchup. In the second design, it is modified one. It is a modified one. It is a, right? You understood all of you? Understood? Right? Okay, this is one small example how to think for any product. So you will have some idea, new idea. Okay, right? For anything, you will have some different ideas, right? Right now. Now, what is the goal of design thinking process? What is the goal? So here, so I have given a very small example. Here, to solve the complex problem using the human-centric approach. That should helpful for the human beings, right? So to solve the complex problem using the human-centric approach. Okay. So that is the main goal of design thinking process. That is the main goal. Okay. Next, focus. Focus of the design thinking. Where exactly it focus? Creativity, right? Creativity, different types, right? Then innovation, right? Some spark coming out from the innovator to modify something for the that should be that what way he's thinking, that should be the human centric, right? So that is the innovation. Then user centricity. Okay, so these are all the things, the design focus. Next, design solution. What are the solutions? Focus on the solution like desirable for the user, desirable, useful for the user, then viable or workable for the business. Okay, that should be workable. That should be workable for the business. Then technologically feasible. So that means easily we have to install. Okay, that is technologically feasible. Next. This is very important. Now you note down. Phases of design thinking process. What are the different phases? You write down the first one. What are the design thinking process? First, empathize. Empathize. First one you write. Empathize. Define. Ideate. Prototype. And test. Okay. Can anybody tell me what is empathize? Empathize. Understand the problems of users. what exactly the problem, what is his need, what he desires, right? So that is the empathize. Empathize. Okay. Then define. What is define? Defining the problem, that what we got from the empathize. We have to define it. That's why it is a pin. So particular problem, particular need we are going to define. That is a problem statement we can tell. Problem statement. So just to make a note of that. Empathize. What is empathize? What is the define? We are going to define the properly with respect to the empathize. Right? Define. Then ideate. What is ideate? Solving the problem with some methods, easy methods. Solving the problem with some easy way. Okay, right? So that is the ideate, right? Ideate. Next, what is prototype? It is a model. It is a model. Okay, right? So you have to create a model. Okay, with very less cost, right? So you have to prototype. Next, what is the test?
Product testing.
Huh? So you have to test right now, right? Test the product, right? You have to test the product. You have to invite the user. So how he is going to see that product, that you have to test. Okay, and you have to test what is the market. Right. See, instead of manufacturing thousands of product, first you have to test by by sending only hundreds of the product. Right? We have to test how the people will look into that. Then we have to start in the large scale. So that is the test. You understood? Now you have to make a note of the definition for all the five. Okay, this is very important for work after so you have to do some activity. So just to note down what is empathize. Just to note down the definition of the empathize. It is the first phase. First phase. It is the first phase. Just to make a note, this phase spent. Write down. I'll dictate. No problem. This phase spent simply. First phase you write. This phase is spent simply getting to know. Whatever I am telling, it is not there in the slide. Okay. Okay. This phase is spent simply getting to know the user and the problem they face. Right? Right? This phase is spent simply getting to know the user and the problem they face. Okay. Now, you write down the tools. What are the tools for that? So this is the statement. So what is the statement? This is the first phase. First phase. So they were spending time simply getting to know the user and what are the problem they face. Right? That is empathize. What are the tools you are going to use? How to communicate with the user? Now can anybody tell me what are the tools you are going to use? What are the tools? Just to write down what are the tools. Tools required for that. Survey. First one is a survey, literature survey you can tell. And a proper research. Proper research. Okay. So what problem they are facing, that you have to do the proper research, proper survey. Okay. Next one you write group interviews. Right? So you have to take the group interviews. Next you write as is scenario map or flow charts. As is scenario map or flow charts. Right? Next one you write mind mapping. Mind mapping. Mind mapping. Mind mapping means you need to study the mindset of the people. mindset of the people. You should know what is the mindset of the people. Then empathy map. Empathy map. Empathy map. What is empathy map? What the user is saying. What the user is saying. What user is thinking. What he is doing. And how he is feeling. Right? So these are all the empathy route map. So what user is saying. What user is saying. What is thinking. What is going to do. And how he is feeling about our product. Okay, right? Next, you write a few more tools. That is the group interviews. You are taken already, right? And then shadowing. Follow and observe someone closely and secretly. Right? Somehow you have to get what they need. So these are all the steps you have to use. Okay, what is the need? Okay, next. Then seek to understand. Seek to understand. Okay. Ask for something. Seek to understand means ask for something from someone to understand and attempt to find something. What we do repeat? Ask for something from someone. Ask for something from someone to understand and attempt to find something. Okay. Attempt to find something. So these are all the tools we're going to use to get the things from the user. Okay. Now, what are the obstacles you are going to face? You just to make one or two obstacles. What are the obstacles? Just to write down obstacles. All thinking beyond the proper research are essentially guesses. We are not thinking the proper research. Okay. There are too many assumptions or too many questions. Too many assumptions and too many questions. These are all the obstacles. Okay. Right? So that's about the empathize. Okay. Right? You understood what is empathize? So how you are going to you know the tools and all. Right? You have to do that exercise and you have to come up with some problems. So whatever the group assigned, so you have to come up with some problem. Okay? Right? So you use these tools. That are some. You come up with some the problem statement. Okay. Next is define. And before define, so let me. Now you see design thinking. So now you see empathy. Empathy. Focus on user. Okay. Focus on user. No need to take this one. This is in the slides. Whatever I am telling that is not there in the slides. Okay. Focus on users. So empathy means so we are focusing on the users. Deep understanding of the problems. Okay. And realities. This is very important. Realities. Realities of the people you are designing for. Okay. Realities. Okay. And then one-on-one interview or one-to-one interview to connect with the real users and gain insight. What is inside? That we should find out from the user. What is inside? What exactly you want? What you need? What is right? So that is the one-to-one interview or one-on interview. Right? Then conduction of customer requirement surveys by asking different questions and understanding the customer's demand for the product. Okay. So we have to do the proper survey. That's what I already told. Next, I'll skip this one. I already told think, feel, and dance. Okay. Now you see here. So different points are there. Just to go through that. Design teams. I'll send this PPT to you people for all. Okay, I'll share this. So design team has to collect the user requirements in order to give the best possible solution in an effective way. Okay. So these are all the points related with the empathy, right? You know what is exactly empathy? You are collecting the information from the user. What exactly he needs? What is this problem? Okay. So just to go through all these points, I don't want to. Or you want to explain all this one? So that is the thing here. Next. So example you take. So asking the questions on application like a Zomato service. Zomato service, how you are going to ask here? Is the user comfortable in using the Zomato application? So you are questioning the user. You are questioning the user. You are surveying. Okay. Zomato application is there. Are you comfortable with that one? Or any changes is needed with that company like that? So here, does he likes user interface? Right? Then, what are the challenges is going to face while ordering the food? What are the problem is going to face while ordering the food for the Zomato? So they're taking immediately, or they will give the, or they're delaying the taking the orders and all. That we have to find out from the survey. Does the design of this application evoke the feeling or frustrations? So these are all the questions we need to ask for the user. Okay, so we are still in the empathy, right? We have to question, we have to get the things from the user. That is empathy. Okay. What are the problem he is facing? Then we have to find the alternative method. Okay, right? So defining the problem. Right. Now the second stage is defining the problem. Okay. So defining the problem, you need to take the definition. What is defined? What exactly the define? Make a note, write the definition. What exactly the define? What exactly the define? Huh? What exactly the define? We are going to define properly the need and desires of the user. Okay, you write that. So this is where you define, write down, define. This is where you define the user's need and problem. User's need and problem. Right? This is where we are going to define. This where you define the user's need and problem. You will gather, write down one more sentence. You will gather all your insight. So you will gather all your insight from the empathize phase. That is the first phase. We are gathering all the information from the empathize phase, right? And start to make a sense of them. Okay. So this is the definition of the define. Okay. You understood what is define? We are collecting the information and we are properly defining. That is a problem statement. In bracket, you write down the problem statement. Okay. Right? You understood that? Right? So you have to go step by step. First is empathize, and then second one is define. Next to see what are the tools you are going to define. For the tools, write down the tools. For write it faster. So you need to do some activities and all. Okay. You understood now what is defined now, right? Now the tools is personas. 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 A different type of people will come, different things they will come. That is personas. Personas.
Just assume one name as a person for whom you want to solve the problem. You can give X, Y, Z any name. That you call it as person. Okay.
Need to understand the different personalities. Like that. Okay. Then role objective. Decisions. Role objective, decisions. Next, challenges. Pain point. pain point, then storyboard, storyboarding, then prioritization matrix. Okay, so many tools will come to define properly the user problems. Okay, right? So these are all the different points. You should go through all these one. Okay. Next, the, obstacles. You write one or two obstacles. What are the obstacles you are going to face? Too broad or narrow of a focus. Okay, thinking too broad or too narrow. Okay, so that's all obstacles. Like that is first one. Not framing the problem statement in user-centric way. These are we are not framing the problem. That is not useful for the user, means that is waste right now. Right? Not framing the problem statement in user-centric way. Right? These are the obstacles. Two obstacles. Many are there. So I given only few examples. Many are there. Many tools are there. Many obstacles will come. Okay. So this is about the second phase. What is the first phase? Empathize. Second phase is the define. Right? What is the third phase? So here, defining the problem. So you have to do the activity. Okay. So activity. You will ask. Okay. Right? Now you see. Next, ideation. The third one is ideation. What is ideation? Ideation. That means different methods, step-by-step procedure you have to follow. Right? So that is ideation. So accept the different perspectives to solve the issues. Okay. Strategies, solution to the identified problems. Okay. Then address divergent style of thinking, accept maximum ideation, convergent style of thinking, then isolate the solution streams, merge and define insights. Okay, so these are all the steps. Just you go through that. So just to take the definition, what exactly the ideation? That is phase 3 is the ideation. What exactly the ideation? Write down. At this point, just find definition. At this point, it is a time to get creative. At this point, it's a time to get creative. This where you begin generating ideas for innovative solution. That means ideation means methods. What are the methods? So we are collecting method from the peer team and all. Okay, right? That's about the ideation. Okay, so your some tools are there. Just to take one or two. Time boxing tools. Write down time boxing, brainstorming, sketching visuals, brainstorming, sketching visuals. Okay. Share ideas. Then prioritize. Okay, many tools are there. I given only few examples, and then so you have many obstacles also in this one. Okay, right? So not thinking outside the box, right? And then simply not getting the clear ideas and digging deep for the innovation ones. So these are all some obstacles. And then now you write the next one, phase 4. Phase 4 is what? See example, so ideation example you see here. So this is one example for ideation. Just to see before going to the fourth phase. Just to see. So example for ideation. What is the example? A 20 years boy lives in the town. Requirement every day he uses the car for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, 20 to 30 minutes. Then the frequency of the trip is 2 to 3 trips per year. Okay. Every day is using 20 to 30 minutes, but for the trips, only 2 to 3 trips. Okay. For that, what he has to think? See, the insight of the problem is what? The young boy does not want to own a car. Right now, only he is going for 20 to 30 minutes every day, and in a year 1 or 2 trips he is going. So why you need car? Right now, that question will come. No, the young boy does not want to own a car. Correct? Why he has to invest so much? 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 25 lakhs like that. Right?
Yes.
So rather he want to identify who wants to share. Share. Right now, for the 4-wheelers who are similar needs, who are have to collect the similar needs. Right now, just to service purpose. Right. So example ideation. What would be done? What would be done? Can anybody guess? It is there already in the slide. Ask suitable question to the user and come up with the idea based on the user names. Correct? Then brainstorming. Start your ideas with your team members. Okay. Then uncover the unexpected area of innovation. Solution is we have many applications. Ola, Uber drive and all. Correct? No. Instead of buying, we can use. Every day we can use. Right now. Right? Then. Before that, you are taken the definition of that. Ideation you took, right? Ideation. Now, the next phase is the experiment. That is a prototype. What exactly the prototype? So real material, especially by sense of touch. Okay, that is a prototype here. So here, okay. So this is a prototype. Just to take one definition. So now you are in turn your idea into tangible tangible product. So now you write phase 4. Now you turn your idea into tangible product. Tangible. Madam already explained about what is tangible and intangible. Right? We can sense. Right? Tangible, intangible. Right? Property. Right? Assets are all a feel of touch will be there. That is a tangible. So intangible, IPR, intellectual property. So that you need to protect it. Right? Right. So now turn your idea into the tangible product. A rough model or a sketch. Right? A prototype or basically a scaled down version of your product. Right? Scaled down version of your product. Right? The actual product is not actual product, it is scaled down product of your product. Next, tools, write tools, pencil and paper, a 3D modeling, Sigma, go-mooking board, so many are there. Mockups. Then we have to keep as simple as possible. Okay, that is keep it simple. Okay, right. So these are all the some tools and some obstacles will come. So that we have to go through. Right. Then last phase is the phase 5. So experiment. So here you can get designing the bit high fidelity framework wireframes. So with the more visual details, interaction between the elements of the design, then achieving the purpose of showing how something works, depicts the functionality, then useful for user testing, ideal for client feedback. Okay, these are all some of the points with respect to the prototype. You see here, example prototype model for an Apple Watch. Before it was very big size. It is reduced right now, right? So the final version of the Apple, which launched in the market in the year 2015. Okay. Now testing. Okay, the last stage is the testing. So what is testing? So this is where you test your solution. Write on that. Okay. Testing means this is where you test your solution. Okay. So invite the user to test out and respond to your prototype. Just to write down that. Okay. This way you test your solution. Whatever the solution you are going to give, you are going to test. Invite the user to test out and respond to your prototype. Okay. Right? So these are the some of the definition you should know before starting the your activity. Right? Right? All of you know the definitions, right? And the tools, what you are going to use for this one. So we have the many tools for the testing also, and we have some obstacles also just to go through. Okay, right? So just to recap, just to see here. So what is empathy, right? So pay attention to the client's requirement, find a solution to the user problem, helps a designer reach the success stage rather than failing, right? Or falling. So this is the define. So encourage the team to together useful techniques solve the challenges with the least difficulty. Next, gives the priority to creativity and ideation. Perform the ideation sessions. Then search for the new ideas. Focus on brainstorming activities. Right. Next one is the prototype experiment to fix the errors. So it is the mini version of the product. That is a prototype. Then validates the solution. Two types of the prototypes: low fidelity and the medium fidelity and high fidelity. That is the final one. Okay. Next one is user feedback based on the prototypes. That means the testing. Testing. Okay. So here, so you know Uber service right now. Now Uber Eats, that also it is possible. Just to go through these slides. Okay. So
Sir, I think we have to conclude because they have lunch break.
okay.
Third semester students, how many are there? So all of you learned this design thinking from CMR, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
I think you will be knowing better than what is covered, right? So I expect all of you by the end of the come up with the design which I will give you at least 5 design patents. Nothing great is required for filing that as a design patent. So from third semesters, you prepare a group of 4, 4 or 5. So if you want, if you have card sheet like this with you, you have card sheets? If you want, you can take the card sheet, okay? And come up with your designs. You write, sketch your designs on the card sheet. Come up. So if any modification is required on how you have applied all the knowledge of design thinking that you apply to it and come up with a design. So then in the afternoon session that we will go on, if we want to write the design patent for that, how should we write the patent and file it? If it is a technical patent, how should we write it? If it is only a design patent, then how should we write it? Okay. So we will not say much to them they can do for the technical thinking. 7th and 5th you can go for technical advancement in the design. You can go for only aesthetic look of design. Changing the model design, changing anything, base design, like that. You can think of for semester. 5th and 7th, I just want to tell you one example of what our final year students they wanted to make a project of just measuring the heartbeats of a fetus in the womb of mother. So what we told them that put different sensors in the cloth and we come up with a solution that we can change it where the heartbeats are maximum going on. Then based on that we can tell what is the location of baby is, whether it is placed horizontally or vertically, which side the head is